Well, we got a low tide today. I think it's on its way back in. So I'm going to cruise around and show you some different beaches while we got low tide. So let's get started. So here, this is the Ohana deck, backside of it. So this is pretty much a popular spot just because we've got the deck right there. That's where everybody likes to hang out. So where else can you go and sit on the beach right next to an old Japanese pillbox? It's over 80 years old. Well, you can do it here in Roy. Most of the beaches are pretty rocky and a lot of shells. This particular area for the Pacific side is probably the nicest, but still quite a bit of rocks and shells. We'll head over to the lagoon side, and beaches over there much nicer. Let me show that to you. So lots of little roads. I mean, there's no traffic out here. Nobody's got a POV of no publicly owned vehicle on the island. And on a weekend, very few people are out doing any work. It's just minimal. So you'd be lucky to see, I don't know, 3-4 people as you go around the island. It's pretty much all to yourself. Just stopping off at this kind of cool little viewpoint. Pretty peaceful, nice breeze on this side of the island. I think it's going to be a little worse when we get over to the lagoon side. I'm going to just dip through here. Hopefully it doesn't get too bumpy for you guys. But yeah, weather's like Florida. Typically around mid-80s. It's humid. Some days are breezy. Some days are stagnant calm. You get storms that come in just out of the blue, and they could go 10-15 minutes, and then the sun's back out. All right, here we are at what used to be the Gabby Shack. Some guy named Gabby built a shack here, and it was like a little party bar, and it was super popular. And I've heard just the really great stories from the people that have been here a long time. Let me go up there and show you what's left of it. So now it's just Gabby's deck. It used to be a pretty good sized shack up here, and it had a little bar and everything, and just an awesome view. And that's what we'll get to first. Let's take a peek at the view, and I'll tell you the story about Gabby Shack, because in its heyday, it had a fire, and the damn thing burnt down. But they've since come back and at least rebuilt the deck, because the view out here is really amazing, and I'm so happy that this deck is still here. I wasn't here to experience the Gabby Shack. These palm trees were, and you can see the scorch marks. You go up and yeah, that one did not survive. The second one, it did. So it's still going. But among these palm trees, that's some of the few things left that remember the heydays of the Gabby Shack. A lot of rock and a lot of concrete and debris they've placed out here intentionally just to beef up the shore, because very prone to any large waves could wreak havoc on such a low-lying small island like this. So anything that's of worth, well, not worth, but anything of a decent size, they'll just chuck it over and try to build up this shoreline just to protect it. It's rather unsightly, but it's necessary to try to protect the island and all the assets on it. This water will come in so quickly, you really don't want to be out there, which you could be, but the water comes up so quick, and it's not super deep. There's that eel I've been looking for. He's hanging out waiting for some little fish to come swim in there so he can get them. He doesn't know I'm here. They're very easily spooked, and so if he saw me, he would just take off. There's another fat boy down here. He just went slithering into that hole. You got to be careful. It can be slippery. You know, it looks like, you know, you're walking on something solid and dry, and the next thing you know, you're about to slide onto your butt. Oh, there he is. So he just went through that little hole, and now he's hanging out. Let's see if I can get him. Oh, there's 2 of them there. There's 2 eels just hanging out right there. All right, got my BAH on, big ass hat, because the sun is no joke out here. But this area is pretty cool if you want to just come out here and just walk the beach and, you know, try to find shells or even glass. That's pretty popular, not popular, but it's something you can do. So just go and try to see what you can find. I spend a lot of time out here just because there's not much else to do. So yeah, I'll be out here just walking the beach, you know, especially on low tide, see what you can find. Found some pretty cool pieces of glass. There's a nice piece of blue. Speaking of that, so just picking up, if I get that in camera, nice piece of glass. This stuff's all over. Matter of fact, I'm just going to throw it back on the beach. So yeah, if you're into just getting out on the beach and walking the beach, finding shells, glass, whatever, this is definitely going to provide you some entertainment. I myself, this is what I do most of the time, is just get out here. There's not a whole lot to do on Roy unless you get creative and make something for yourself to do. You know, the YouTube is something I decided to pick up as a hobby and just share my experience out here. And anybody that might be coming out, try to provide them some useful information on what it's like. It's absolutely a beautiful place, and there are times you can get a little bored, but you know, if you get creative, it's not like you're out in the middle of the woods or something. I mean, we've got the internet, and you do books and read and study and learn stuff and explore. I personally like to pick up a little bit of history about the island here, and just get out here and experience it. You know, get outside. I'm not the type to hang out in my room all day, although that does happen. So, sorry, my eyes are drifting off. I'm walking over some pretty gnarly terrain. I don't want to step in one of these holes. Let me show you. Yeah, just navigating through this little area. Obviously not a sandy beach. You go down a little further, it turns into sand. It's pretty nice down there. But what we're going to do is get back to the bike and continue on around the island so I can show you the lagoon side. So this is lagoon side, and it's obviously very different than the ocean side. The waves are a lot more calm, the beach is a lot more sandy without all the rocks, and the water is just this really cool aqua and just dark blue shaded areas. It's just really a nice place. A lot more of those little palms that hang out to the side. I kind of love those trees for some reason. So all along the way, people have just constructed these little shacks, these little spots for them to hang out. Nobody's here, which is fine, but nice views. Gotta watch out for the coconuts, especially the falling coconuts. The Marshallese people are really pretty nice. They're hard workers. They're always polite. I've never seen them argue. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I'm just saying from my experience, just generally a very nice culture. There's another deck. I don't remember what this one's called, but it's a popular deck. Somebody's down there enjoying the beach. We're going to cruise on past. All right, so this is a surf shack. It's where everybody can do paddle boarding, and if you bring your own out, or you can order one and have it shipped out. But still on the lagoon, just a little bit different side of it. We were way past that pier over there. Let's see what the hell this is. I just lost a lunch bag. We're coming by the scuba shack. I'll swing in there, show that to you. So, for those of you who are interested in learning scuba or continuing your scuba, we have certified instructors on the island that share in that passion. So you can always continue your scuba diving. Roy is known for having some of the most amazing and beautiful scuba diving spots in the Pacific, and I'm sure that's an arguable statement, but I would say we're contenders. I'm not even going to grab the camera mount, just doing it by hand. But yeah, this is the Roi-Namur Dolphin Scuba Club right here on the lagoon, and they got all their tanks and gear and everything. So that's here if you're interested in scuba diving. All right, back on our way. These guys are husking some coconuts. Let's see if I can watch what they're doing. Hey, can I make a video? All right. Is that okay? Sure. All right, cool. All right, so what's your name?
Tarbin.
Tarbin? James?
Leroy.
Leroy. You're going to show me how you guys are husking these things.
Okay. If you want to have this one, you're going to need to do this.
Okay, and that's a super sharp spike you're jabbing these things onto. So you're ripping the husk off to get to the core.
You want the meat?
I'll try it, yeah. If you can get it open, I'll try it. Never had a coconut. So it's got the 3 dots, right?
Yeah, you got the 3 dots. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
First dot on the top, you got to...
Wow, all right.
And then...
Wow.
There you go.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. All right. A little different in the inside than what I thought. This is more just coconut meat. And I'll show that to you once we get it right over here to Sandy Point. I was thinking it was going to have like coconut water in it, but I guess that's a different kind of coconut. I've seen those in the Philippines. Well, not firsthand, but let's see if we've got any point because the water's coming in. Nope, not really, but we'll take a minute to check out the coconut we got. With a microphone attached to my head. So we're going to just use our selfie stick and peek in here. Really not much, but just a bunch of rubble. I'm sure over the years the explorers and adventurers have gone in there and pillaged out whatever they could find. Let me show you this real quick. This is over at the stop. This is stop number 11. There's a big chunk of what I believe to be shrapnel. Found that out on the beach. I just set it on top of the post just for other people to see it and take a look at it. You know, I don't want it. Don't want to necessarily throw away something that has some historical significance. But yeah, these just massive holes have been blown out in this thing. And you can see how thick this concrete is. So it's not erosion. This was one of the gun ports. If we come around a little further, we'll see one that's still intact. You can see here, they're blasting heavy artillery out of these things. Let's peek in and see what we can find. We're not going to find anything, but kind of neat to be able to look in here and see. Kind of gives you an idea of what it was like. Imagine it would be insanely hot, insanely loud, and especially if you got artillery rounds hitting this thing, insanely scary. But the concrete is just amazing, the durability. I mean, this is 80 plus years and we still got just a sharp 90-degree edge on this stuff. Pretty amazing. The durability that was this concrete produced. The Japanese were no slouch on being able to create a strong and long-lasting mix of concrete. So like I said, I'm trying to stick to the beaches on this particular video, but there's a lot of history, and if you guys are interested in me trying to do, oh my god, I almost crashed. Let me catch my breath there. If you guys are interested in me trying to put together something about the different historical sites, you could definitely make a video on that. You know, just let me know in the comments, and while you're at it, give me a like and a subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Helps me out. Gives me a motivation to keep making some more videos and trying to dial in on what you guys are really enjoying seeing. So we got this one last, I guess it's a lagoon. I don't know what you call these things. This is over by the airport. So just across from where I'm standing is the runway. Out there is the ocean. So if the beach isn't your thing, we also have a pool. All right, guys. Hopefully the microphone's going to work this far. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks again.